What's up, everybody, and welcome back. In today's video, we're going to start going over forms. Forms are very important. They're going to be used in almost any web app that you're creating. For example, in this web app, you could use a form to update your cart's quantity for the number of items that you're using. Also, if you're using it in a store, you could capture a user's payment information or shipping information in order to know where to ship the item. So that's what we're going to work on in the next couple videos is setting up a form for capturing a user's shipping information. So what we're going to have to do is we are going to have to make a couple of changes to the way that the app is currently working. So what we'll do is we're going to set up a separate modal for the form. We're going to reuse our modal component, but what we're going to do is we're going to change the cart modal to be separate so that when we close that and open the checkout modal, it's a different modal. So we'll change this to let show cart modal, and then we'll have a show checkout modal. And then we'll change this to cart modal, and then this is going to be show modal equals, and then we want this to be show cart modal. We're going to decouple those since we're going to have two different modals. And then this one's going to be show modal, and this is going to be show checkout modal, and this is going to be equals. And this has to be capital. And then for this, we want to remove the cart from it. No, the second one. We want to remove the cart from it. And then let's change the toggle modal to be toggle cart modal. And we'll update this and this. And then we want to have a separate const toggle checkout modal. And it's going to be doing pretty much the same thing. It's just we're going to change it to toggle the checkout modal. Now, there are some cleaner ways to do this, but just for a quick setup so we can get into the forms, I'm just going to do it this way. And then what I'd like to do is I'd like to add another slot here. And that name is going to be footer. And what we can do is in this top modal, let's clean this up a little so we can see it. Bring this onto a new line, bring this onto a new line, and then bring this onto a new line. And what we'll do is we'll create a button with a slot of footer, and we'll go to checkout. And the purpose of this button obviously is to open the checkout modal. So let's bind the click to a open checkout modal. And let's do a separate function for it. So we'll do const open checkout modal. And what we want to do here is we want to set it, we want to show cart modal equals false, and we want to do show checkout modal equals true. This way we don't have two modals open when we go into that modal. So if we go over here and we add something to the cart and then we go to checkout, you'll see we open the checkout modal. So now what we'll do is we'll create the component that we're going to put in here, the form. So let's go over to our components folder. We'll create a new file. We'll make it checkout form.svelte. And then what we can do is in our new modal, let's go ahead and import our checkout form. And then just down here, we'll put it in here, checkout form. Now, in our checkout form, we want a script tag. And then we also want some HTML, so we're going to do a form. And then in this, we can do like an input of type text. And then we'll have a placeholder for name. And then let's do another input of type text with a placeholder of address. And then we'll close that. So now if we go over here, you'll see if we go into the cart and then go to checkout, we do have the start of a form. You have your name and your address. Let's add a couple more fields. Input type equals text. City. And we'll do placeholder equals state. And then let's add a button for submit. All right, so let's take a look at this. We'll go to checkout. So now you have your name, address, city, state, and then submit. And now that we have all the inputs set up for the form, let's go ahead and create some variables. We're going to have let name, let address, let city, let state. So these values are what are going to hold the inputs that you're entering in your forms. So let's go ahead and bind them, each of the values. So bind value equals name. Bind value equals address. City. And state. So now we want to set up a way to submit this form, and you can either do that by putting the submit in an on-click on the button like we've been doing in the past in the application, or when you're working with a form element, you can actually put the submit inside of the form. And that works the same as binding it to any other value. So what we're going to do is we're going to do on submit equals handle submit. And then what we'll do is we'll set up a function for that. So const handle submit equals. And usually inside of this submit, you would submit this form to a backend to process that information, set up any shipping that you're doing. Unfortunately, since we don't have a backend, all we're going to do is we're just going to console.log this out to the screen. So if we do console.log, so this console.log will just console.log each of these variables with their tag. So if we save this, and we go ahead and we add some items, and then we go to checkout. If we put our name, so I entered name, address, city, and state. If we hit submit, what you notice is it submits it, and then you don't see the console log, and it closes it out. That's because when you submit a form, it does automatically refresh the page. So let's go ahead and add a event modifier into this. So we're going to pipe out a prevent default. And what that'll do is that'll make it so when you submit the form, it doesn't go ahead and refresh that page. And then we save that with the prevent default. If we add some items to the cart and we go to checkout and we put in a name and we hit submit and we get the information logged out into the console. So that's a very quick introduction to forms in Svelte. It taught you how to set up your form, handle the submit. In the next video, we're going to use some other inputs in order to make this form a little bit nicer, such as some drop downs for the state. And if you have any questions about what I did in this video, leave me a comment below. Let me know how it went. If you did enjoy the video, please subscribe. There's going to be a lot more web development content coming out, and I hope to see you in the next one.